I didn't have a money problem. I had a spending problem. Let's talk about it. So I have been a spender my entire life. Since I was as young as I could remember, maybe 8 years old. If I had money, I would want to spend that money. And it wasn't until this past summer, pardon my hair, I haven't done anything with it and it's driving me nuts right now. Um, in the summer, what I realized, and I don't know why it took me 43 years to get there, but I realized I had a shopping problem, spendaholic problem, spending problem, whatever you want to call it. For me, it wasn't just shopping for things, it's just spending money. I had a spending problem and I was nickel and diming my money away. And that's what I've done my entire life. Nickel and dimed it away. I've never been good at budgeting and living within my means, ever. In my entire life, I always said my eyes are bigger than my wallet, right? Like I always want way more than what I actually can afford. And saying no never felt right. I could never say no to myself. If I wanted something, I would give in. I would easily give in. And I would actually make it happen, even if it would put me in a financially poor place. And I had a real problem breaking this habit until the summertime, when it dawned on me that I actually had a problem, like an actual addiction. And if anyone struggled with addiction, I used to smoke as well. So I can compare it to that. I've also been addicted to food before. So I can compare it to those things, knowing that when it's an addiction, it's something that has to be taken seriously and you can't just brush it off. And in my life, I have made some horrible mistakes with money. And for some reason, I could never learn my lesson. I don't know why. I wish I could. I wish if I could go back and say to Sarah, 20-something-year-old Sarah, even 30-something-year-old Sarah, stop. You have a problem. You're not okay. Because every time I would get myself out of financial trouble, which I would get right back in. And I would get right back into that trouble because I would think I was good. I'm over it. I paid off the debt, or somehow, my means was met. And all of a sudden now I'm all better. I don't have that problem and I'll never do it again. But now when it's an addiction, you know that addiction could come back. If you let your guard down, you could easily fall back into that pattern. And that's what I realized, is that I had to treat it like an addiction. I've been doing that. And the amazing thing that has happened over the last, since June or July, is that I have money. I always have money in my bank account. And I'm not missing anything. There's nothing that I would be that I miss spending my money on, because it was always on nothing. It was always on things I didn't need. It was always going to Tim Hortons multiple times a day. It was just wasting money it would just slip through my fingers. I don't know how it would happen because I wasn't keeping track of my money, but I would just spend so much money. And I'm in Canada, and so I bank with a Canadian bank, and with that bank, they have this option where you can see like how much you spend in a month and for over the year. So last year I was spending on average, and I don't know how I did it. I don't know what I was spending my money on. I have no idea. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke. Like I said, I quit about 5 years ago. I was spending up to $6,000 to $7,000 a month, and I have no idea where that was coming from, where that money was going. When you don't have any vices like gambling or any type of vice like that, you really have to stop and wonder, where is that going? And that's why on this channel, my last few videos, I don't know how many at this point I would have posted, not very many, but I talk about the small amounts, like how every dollar matters, like those small little expenses that you're brushing off. It does matter, because when you add up all those little expenses, they add up to hundreds of dollars and sometimes thousands of dollars in my case. So really hone in on those, and they're easy. Like not going out for coffee is actually really easy, because I didn't like the coffee. This is the part that gets me. It wasn't good. I don't like Tim Hortons coffee. I never better. And I have celiac disease. So going out to eat for me, it's pointless. There's a lot I can't eat. And whenever I do even eat gluten-free things at restaurants, I don't feel that great after. Sometimes I will go to a nice restaurant and I like doing that, but going to like these chain restaurants, I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's so expensive and I don't need it. But more than anything, it was just realizing that I was letting money just run through my fingers in so many areas that did not matter to me. And that's the thing that really honed in. I realized what mattered to me, and it was not the things I was buying. There's nothing I was buying before that I miss now. I think the only thing I could say that I think what I was getting from it was the dopamine hit of shopping and spending money. And that is what I was getting this dopamine hit. So I do have to fight that. I have to fight that urge of getting that dopamine hit because I am addicted to it. Like, that's why you shop. That's why you do any addiction. It's for that hit. And so for me, it's fighting that urge, and it's still ongoing. But for the actual things I'm buying, I miss none of it. So I find that really interesting. So if you're struggling with trying to keep on budget, especially when you're on a low income, because you don't have a lot of margin to make mistakes, just hang in there, realize, take it seriously. Don't think it doesn't matter. Please, that's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest takeaway. It matters. Every dollar you spend, it does matter. I know it can feel exhausting thinking about every dollar you spend, because I can get exhausted by thinking about my budget. So I try not to spend money at all, because then I don't have to keep track of it. Because when you have a lot of things that money's going towards a lot of different things, then you're trying to track and reconcile your budget to your bank account. And for me, that's exhausting, mentally exhausting. I'm not built that way. I don't like doing it. So I try not to spend any money. And I also live on cash when I can. So I know exactly what I have. For me, because I'm such a spender and I can easily go over budget and be okay with it in the moment, I need cash. I cannot use credit cards. Even my debit card, I have to really watch when I use it, because I have that addiction to dopamine. Every time I shop, I get that hit. So that's the biggest takeaway. Every dollar matters. You can do it. Just keep, for me, I'm a Christian, so I just keep submitting to God and confessing my sinful nature, realizing what's important. And what's important is not the things that I was spending my money on. What's important is time with my children, which is very limited because I'm a busy single mom in school full time. I don't have a ton of time, unfortunately. So all the time I have with them matters. I don't want to spend that time cleaning up things around the house that I keep buying that I don't need, and trying to keep cleaning all these things and organizing things I don't want or use. For goodness sakes, you don't use any of them. So anyways, that's today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing. I'm going to try to be more consistent in posting. That's my goal for 2026. I don't know if this will go anywhere, but hey, if other people can do it, why not me? And why not you? So let me know if you have any YouTube channels that you would like me to follow in the comments, and I will. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye now.